Hey guys, how we doing today? I have been revisiting a inspirational guru, for lack of a better term, that I used to watch quite a bit back in the day on YouTube videos and stuff. But his name is Sean Stephenson, and I really love this guy because he did not allow his physical condition. Basically, he's imprisoned in a body, can't do much within the physical realm. But in no way, shape, or form has that hindered him at all. He is a giant amongst the motivational, inspirational community. Even though he's a little guy, real small guy, he is just as big as Tony Robbins and the rest of them because his presence is not hindered. His presence is not trapped or jailed, if you will, by his body. He was born with a disease that made his bones very brittle, and he is about 3 foot tall, and he has been in a wheelchair his entire life. He has been, just imprisoned within this body and can't do much at all with his physical body. Because if he does, he's liable to break a bone. So he doesn't do much, but his speeches and his talks are just phenomenal. And I highly encourage you guys to check him out on YouTube. His name is Sean Stephenson, S-E-A-N, Stephenson, S-T-E-P-H-S-O-N, I believe. But I want you look it up on Google. His name will come up, and you'll know it's him because he's the only guy that's about 3 foot tall in a wheelchair. So, but the main point I wanted to get across today is so many times, even myself, I find myself guilty of this. I just get so caught up in my weaknesses and my inefficiencies, and I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do that. And Sean has an excellent talk about getting off of your butts, basically your excuses. I want to do this, but the kids won't let me have the free time to do it, or but I gotta go to work, but I don't have time. And Sean says it's time to get off your butt, but I would like to switch this around a little bit. Why don't we say I can't, because once the second we say but, we allow an excuse to come into the picture, our mind automatically relinquishes responsibility and will not find a solution to the problem we're seeking. Immediately, we give it up, and it's like, boom, it's not my responsibility, it's someone else's, and you cannot find a solution at that point. So why don't we do this? Why don't we say, the kids are, giving me a hard time, I always have to watch after them, I can't leave them alone for 5 seconds, but there is a way to get this done. There is a way to figure out how to make sure that they're okay and their well-being is taken care of, and I can still accomplish this task or whatever it is I'm trying to do. Or it's work. I don't have time because of work. You say, well, I don't have time at work like I should, but there is a way to get it done, and I need to figure it out. You always have to ask yourself, how can I get this done? And then your mind will find a solution. It will start looking for solutions, and when you're least expecting it, it'll probably pop into your head, and then you'll have an answer to how you can get something done that you previously thought was impossible. But you cannot allow your thought process to be hindered with an excuse, because the second you allow the hindrance, you will have no possibility of ever coming to a solution to the problem, because you will not look for it, because your mind will shut down because you told it to, because there's an excuse that relinquishes responsibility. Now, back to Sean Stephenson. Well, I would love for you to watch this talk about Get Off Your Butts because it's amazing. It's on YouTube. But the main point I wanted to get across about Sean Stephenson also, sorry about that's a fly, is if you watch him, the way he interacts and the way he lives his life, he does not allow anything to hinder him. He makes no excuses about his body. He makes no excuses about the physical condition he's in, what he's imprisoned in. His life is phenomenal, and it is amazing. And it makes me feel guilty sometimes, considering how blessed I am with, I've got 2 arms, 2 legs, and I can get around very well. I'm in really good shape. Even with all that being said, sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. I just don't have enough. I'm just not there, blah, blah, blah. And then, boom, my mind shuts down and I can find no solution to why I'm feeling so bad. But Sean is the complete opposite. He doesn't allow anything to hinder him. He just goes at it, and he has created a phenomenal life. He has touched the hearts and lives of millions of people. He's made a gigantic difference, and he is gigantic. His body is in no way, shape, or form representation of his true spirit and his mind. He is phenomenal, and like I said before, he is a gigantic, awesome presence within the motivational, inspirational realm, personal growth, spirituality, whatever you want to call it. He has done amazing things for a lot of people, and obviously I'm one of them. He has really touched me based on the way he carries his life, and he has set the standard for me to have no excuses to not accomplish whatever it is I want to accomplish. So check him out, Sean Stephenson. All right, guys, love y'all. Take care.